Hi, this is Lisa, and in this video I'm just going to go over a little troubleshooting information. I'm going to show you how to resolve an error that sometimes comes up. Sometimes the application will come back and say error 2032, and often it will say something about the Yahoo pipe stopped or is timing out. And so a lot of times it looks something like this. Now the wording here has since been changed since this screenshot was taken to explain a little bit more of what's going on, but what you need to look for is error number 2032. And so sometimes when that happens, there are some specific causes. Now, these causes are not actually in the RSS Authority Sniper application. The application just reports the errors that Yahoo returns or that Yahoo hasn't come back. And this error is not actually caused by RSS Authority Sniper at all. It has to do with the loading speed of the feeds that Yahoo is trying to get from the sites. And so this error usually indicates that Yahoo pipes had problems loading some of the feeds that you're using in the pipe that you try to create. And often the cause traces back to a slow website. And what happens is that Yahoo will, when it's trying to create this pipe, it will go out to each of the 5 URLs, in the 3 that you selected as companion feeds and the 2 from your own site, and it will go and fetch the content from each of these sites. But if any of those sites is really slow and doesn't return the feed to Yahoo within 4 to 5 seconds, then Yahoo will kind of time out because it won't wait forever. But when that happens, a lot of times you'll get this error 2032, or sometimes the application will just tell you that Yahoo didn't answer. So what you have to do when that happens is that you have to figure out which of the 5 feeds in the pipes is loading too slowly so you can decide what to do. And to find out, you're going to need to log into your Yahoo pipes and create a new pipe. Then you take the 5 feed URLs and enter them in separate fetch feed modules, and then you will check the load time of each feed to find the one causing the problem. Now, if the problem feed is from another site, so it's one of the other 3 that are companion feeds, then you may have to simply use a different feed because there's nothing you can really do about that site if it's just really slow. Now, if the problem feeds are from your own site, then you will need to speed optimize your site so that the page load times are faster and Yahoo doesn't time out. So let me just go and show you a little bit of how I'm going to show you on a Yahoo pipe how you will do this. Okay, so here we are in Yahoo pipes, and once you've logged into pipes, there will be a thing up the top that says My Pipes, and you can either look at an existing one or you can just make a new one, create a new pipe. And so this one is just sort of a template that I have, and you see that we've got fetch feed modules. You've got those over here, so you just need to drag a fetch feed into the work area, and then you will put the URL of one of the feeds inside these fetch feed modules. And once you've done that, then it will go out and fetch it, and you'll see down here the time taken to fetch it. And if this time is more than about maybe 5 seconds, 5 maybe getting into 6 is when you start seeing the error. And so if you see it's really slow, then that is one of your problem feeds. And as I mentioned, it could be one of the sites that you're actually trying to piggyback your content on, and it could be your own site. If it's your own site, then you are going to need to investigate and figure out why your site is responding so slowly, because that's all communication between Yahoo Pipes website and your site, and the application actually is not involved in that at all. All it does is tell Yahoo which feeds to load. And so if those feeds are loading really too slowly and your website is too slow, then you're going to want to speed it up. Now, you might think that, well, why do I have to speed my website up? You are going to want to speed that up regardless. Regardless of the application or the feeds, you're going to want to speed that up because you're losing customers and you're losing visitors when your site is too slow. And it has been proven that for every second of slowness, extra slowness beyond 2 seconds. So if your website pages load in 3 seconds instead of 2, you're losing 7% of the conversions, whether that be people looking at your sales pages, or people opting in, or people purchasing products from you. And also Google and all the other search engines have been proven to punish slower sites with lower rankings. So if you discover that you're getting this error consistently, it's probably your site. And so you're going to want to come in here and do the test and test your feed URLs and make sure that they are being delivered fast enough, and that will tell you a little bit also about whether your site generally is fast enough. If you need help optimizing your site for speed, I do have a really excellent course called Page Speed Mechanics. You can just contact support and we'll get you the URL for that. That will help you learn how to speed optimize your site. I'll show you all the tools that you need to do that, and I'll show you how to interpret it and show you specific things to do. And it may sound like it's really hard and really scary, but it's actually not. And I've made it really simple so that you can just go through the steps and you'll be able to speed optimize your site and speed it up in most cases. Now there are 1 or 2 cases where the answer is to move hosts. Particularly HostGator used to be really good, and then they've got sold, and the new company doesn't have the same focus on quality that the old one did. And so I find that a lot of the times when somebody contacts support and complains about this particular problem, when we ask them and find out what host they're using HostGator. And sometimes it's GoDaddy, but most of the time it's HostGator. And so, I was with them for many years before they were sold. I was happy there until they were sold, but after they were sold, the quality just really went down. So if you're on HostGator and you're having this kind of problem, then you're having other problems with the speed of your website. As I mentioned, you're losing customers, you're losing your website rankings, and so the answer really is to get off of there. There's a lot of other good places you can go. Liquid Web is good. A2 Hosting is where I planted my stuff after I moved off of HostGator. And so, like I said, you may need to move hosts in order to make it fast enough for your website really to be what it should be to customers. And I hope that doesn't sound like too much of a rant, but I've seen this enough, and it's like having done the research to figure out how to speed up websites. I also know a lot of what the consequences are for a slow website, and so you don't want that to be you if you want to be successful in an online business. So that's it for this video, and I hope that helps you resolve this issue, and I will see you again soon.